Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. Bear with me. I'm about to take myself off the stage. Just give me a swiping down stuff. There we go. How are y'all doing today? Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So today is tonight, 10:24. It's going to be a very, 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 very good night because I'm just going to discuss some things, and go over some things without overexerting or exaggerating. I was at the airport 4 hours ago, 3, 4 hours ago, the Boise and then Seattle airport. Um, I didn't want to film. I was like trying to keep alert, you know. It was simple, it's not perfect, but it was simple, and I want to be honest, like I sat up there and like I was laughing overtly. And the reason why I was laughing is because I'm very observant and it was never at someone, it was always with them, if that makes any sense. So it was funny. I went through the checkpoint and they had to take this bad boy and run it. Where is my glasses? Over there. Run it like another time, and it was just crazy. And then I seen somebody with with their what is it, name tag on. I was like, okay. Then I saw somebody look just like Cash Patel. I was like, what the fuck? I was just so laughing. Like, it's no way, man. It was hilarious. And I was so shocked. And then I tried to listen for any code, anything from anyone, and no code, just people talking on their phones, you know. Lots of children were there, and yeah, they were just running around being free as angels can be. I was trying to mind my own business. I wasn't there to engage in watching children and try to learn a child. That's not what I'm there for, you know. However, I do enjoy watching children, you know. It's just I don't I don't know. It's not my business to sit up there. I care, I love, but that isn't my place. And if I ever try my hand by, you know, trying to be involved with someone else's kid, they would easily try to shut it down and label me as something I'm not. So instead of doing that, I just stay away. I don't play. You know, I I don't care what people think. you know, unless you engage with a child with me and you see me engage with your child and you accept it, there is absolutely nothing I need to discuss with your child. What am I going to say? What should I do? What could I have done differently? Nothing. So that's how I feel. And then uh, I was on an airplane with a lady that had a child. And Her child looked to be 2.5, about to be 3 years old. And the child calmed down as soon as we started to, what was it? It's accelerate and it's accelerate. Wait. Oh my God, I should know this. Descend, ascend, descend. As it was descending, by the time we hit the ground, um, the child calmed down. But I said to myself, I said, you know, I never blame, like the chemistry in the airplane on the ride. It's pretty cool. I got to speak to a gentleman briefly, and um I can't talk because when you're at that age, 2 or 3, it's like you don't know what you're doing. I remember when I was 3 years old and my mother, I was crying profusely, either 2 or 3. That's the only memory I can remember. And it was a nail coming out of the table, and I was in a chair, a baby chair, or some type of chair where it was open. And I was screaming off the top of my lungs for something. I don't remember what. And so my mother, she grabbed me and she lifted me out of the chair, and the nail hit my leg and jagged it. It was like pus coming out. Like, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to wish no. I wouldn't even want to address it or even talk about it. I just want y'all to know that I hope you have my message to everyone out there with a family. You have something that I don't have. You better be careful what you teach your child, because what's done in the dark will come out in the light. So either you're going to have a good family and a little bit of hiccups, challenges. What family doesn't, you know? Or you're going to have some situations where you do something and your child rebels on you because they know it's not the right thing. Everybody, it it breaks me down to know Gavin Newsom sat up there. I'm 1 minute away from 7 again. Gavin Newsom sat up there and said 960 SAT score, right? He said something about how he has a 960 SAT score, and I was like, he's just like us. And I got like, hands down, y'all. Honestly, I got like six, maybe 700 on my essay. If I can guesstimate, it was very low. It didn't even meet the guidance. And that is why I had to take remedial classes. Have you ever heard of Gavin Newsom taking remedial classes? He's very well spoken. If he has that little bit of an IQ, how do he know so much about the vocabulary? He might as well, you know what? You know what, Gavin Newsom? I have a message for you. If you are the person that you say you are, 960 SAT score, um, illiterate, dyslexia, just like us. Get on Social Security and stop being a governor. And maybe you can figure out what you want to do. You deserve to be on Social Security, right? You claimed it. You owned it. You said, and I quote, 960 SAT score. I'm just like you. I'm dyslexia. If you if you can't take ownership for anything, like you're flying everywhere talking about how you're going to be Superman to the United States of America, you're saving us from whatever. Think about it. What are you saving? People houses are fucked up. People got messed up housing. Thank you. The water reservoir, nothing. Nothing in the water. How can this is on your watch? Imagine who would mess with our power grid, who would try to mess with big tech power grid, who would start threatening big tech, who would start doing malicious and evil things. While I'm talking about the Boise airport and Seattle airport, even though I've long been gone, um, I didn't want to disrespect both airports or sit up there and give my opinion wow at the airport because I know it slips out. And I I I truly feel like Gavin Newsom needs to be put on Social Security if he's just like us, right? And make sure you buy a pack of Newports or make it live La Vida Loca. Make it some cools. Now make sure you get your children addicted too. We need more cigarette smokers. You know, do you smoke Newports, Gavin Newsom? Have you ever drove a hoopty that went almost a block and broke down after paying $5,000 for it? Have you ever rode in Philly streets where there was a bike man that sat up there and was killing people, and he was right behind my car on a moped at 2:30 in the morning as I'm headed to the VA? Could be wrong, but who rides mopeds at 3 in the morning? All I was looking for was the keyword was popping Kermit, and I would have just took off. Yeah, whoever saw Paid in Full get what I'm saying. I don't need that pay that was popping Kermit in my life. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy what I've been through. And Gavin Newsom can't even compare, man. He stay in the green zone. You know how they say, get in the zone, auto zone. Yeah. Stay in the green zone. Cause you in the green zone, bro. It would make you have a heart attack. It's like I have to show you the video, you guys. I showed it yesterday, and I analyzed the crap out of Gavin Newsom and his behavior. Because it shows me what the deceitfulness that Democrats do. They show their behaviors. They can control it, but if you study them enough, you would see their behavior and how they all say the same thing. It all stems back to the same narrative. Like, at least some Republicans are independent in their own way, but the only reason that they split the Democrats is because they want it, how can you split up within your own division and not see eye to eye? Everybody want to outshine everybody. That is exactly what it is. Everybody want to outshine. You got AOC, you got that light-skinned Mexican guy, you got Nancy Pelosi, you got Chuck Schumer. Once Chuck Schumer bent a little bit, they sat up there and they just booted. They wanted him off. They wanted him off the whatever he's on. They did not like how Chucky Schumer sat up there and he he folded, but all in good causes, like whoever that this curtain house, whoever's behind this curtain, proves that they don't want to see us together. They want to see us divided. And how divided do you want to be? Do you want to be in a relationship where you, like I said, run it back to you? Be thankful you have a family. Be thankful you have a family. Don't ever neglect that. Build a time capsule if you have your own place. Dig it. Plant your thumbprint as much as you can on that internet. And if you can't do that, join my show so I can help you. I can help you. You just got to believe and let me do the work and make you look good. So back to Boise. When I was in Boise, I mostly just try to stay in a corner. I was so dehydrated, y'all. I was so dehydrated. I was like, what am I going to do? What is up with this? Oh my God. And it was brutal. It was very brutal. And I was like, oh my God, how can I be so dehydrated? And I got that water bottle right there. And I drank the tea. And I don't know what I might do after this, but I appreciate Boise. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. And everything ran smooth and well executed. And I stayed to myself because I just, that's what I learned. However, I would love to talk to multiple people, and I'm gonna prove that point on March 11th. You know, um, I enjoy talking to people. It's just that, it's like a brand new car without one screw, you, or three screws. You hear it and you replace two, and you can make that one may be a dormant one where that one lug nut don't require to be screwed on. The rest are like screwed on. And that's how I felt. My I want to be an honest member of the chamber. No games, just pure honesty, pure respect, pure integrity. I really, y'all just don't know, man. I look up to all you women. Y'all built, when I talk to women, it's like, that's why I need you guys. It's like when I talk to you guys, it's like, dang, man, y'all have a story. And, you know, black ladies have it hard, white ladies have it hard, both ladies have it hard. Like how you guys are raised is very different. It's very, how they say is certain things in black people blood. There's certain genes, genetic codes that women house that are white. And the father always say, be the best. The mother probably says be the best too, but they have two different ways they say it. So then, it's a plan made for that child, for that woman, practically, or silently she will be stigmatized. And I truly, with black people though, it's like sometimes we get support, but that gene or genetic code, sometimes our family can get jealous of our accomplishments other than encouraging and being proud of being a family member of the one who made those accomplishments. Maybe it happening white people's territory family, I don't know. But the father encourages the child as a young adult. She come home with an A. They take her to tutoring if she struggles. And if she doesn't, like Gavin Newsom. I don't know what gender his children is, but he stays in a green zone. And his children go to private schools, just like Jasmine Crockett. Just like almost all of them. He went to prestigious schools, but no need to fret. Gavin Newsom has a 960 SAT score. He wants to be president of the United States of America with a 960 SAT score. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's so crazy to me. Like, he's basically saying that he is the closest to black that's going to get into politics and fit his position and title. He's like, okay, vote for me and I got y'all. We'll fix reparations. Kevin Newsom, so easy. Can y'all hear it? Can you hear it? Doom, doom, boom, doom, doom, boom. He has the magic wand. He has the magic wand to fix stuff, man. In California, people are struggling. I don't want to talk about immigration. I just want to talk about what's going on. He let his people down. You know something's wrong when Facebook is out of this world. He's been evicted. He probably was evicted and he said, I gladly leave. Like what was the straw that broke the camel's back for Mark Zuckerberg? Like, think about that for a second. What was the camel that, what was, oh my God, what broke the camel's back? Seriously, the last straw. Like, I don't get it. You got this big tech company and this rich, powerful, the fourth biggest state or something, the third or fourth biggest state. And it's like, damn, Gavin Newsom, you can't even keep big tech in your company. And I know if it I know it has something to do with Donald Trump. However, I know he's not paying them. He's not going to pay them to just leave. It's something that big tech knows. It's something that big tech knows that Gavin Newsom is trying to do. Like, think about this for a second. What happened during the riots? Call everybody you know and tell them to join because I'm about to make a point. What happened during the riots? I don't think Mark could take it. So, what happened was some people, I don't want to get into whether they were immigrants or not, some people, gang affiliated people, lured a vehicle, a Waymo vehicle, downtown to make an example out of them. And they sat up there and burnt AI. What did AI do to you? This is what I mean. We are in the brink of showing AI and UFO technology, and yet we abuse it and we disregard it, and some people are scared of it. But what do you think? How do you think Mark? How do you think Google? How do you think whoever has moved their stuff and left felt about Gavin Newsom sacrificing? Remember the date that that Waymo car got sacrificed. That car was alive, but because of the sensor and the transistor or whatever is in them, they're not equipped, that particular breed of vehicle, to know, oh shit, something's about to go down. I'm about to get burnt. That's like what somebody told me. You can put a frog in a pot. Think about this for a second. You can put a frog in a pot and boil it. And by the time it's split seconds to be dead, it doesn't even know it's boiling to death. And that's a scary thing. And when someone told me that, I was like, what the hell of it? And call everybody and tell them to hang on because I have one more speech to give the Chamber of Commerce. So I won't go off on a tangent. It won't be the same. This is just my show, so I kind of like go off on tangents. That's just my thing. Call all your girls, call all your boys, call all your friends, call all your people. I want something. Y'all know how I am. You know how I am. And so I wanted to say, this is how I'm going to say it. I'm going to be like, hi, you guys. That look crazy. I didn't even look at myself, but hi, you guys. Is that too crazy looking? Did I break the ice yet? So anyway, I'll be like, hi, thank you for joining, whether, oh my God. Thank you for joining, whether foreign or domestic. You have spent vigorous of hours working tirelessly and hard, putting in time, work, resilience, and time served and effort. And you don't get a chance to hear this from my mouth, but how are you doing? Because you work hard and I watch you. I don't see you, so I assume you're working. But if you are, more power to you. You deserve a mompreneur award. You deserve your baby to have a babypreneur award. You deserve for your family to have a familypreneur award because deep down inside, you know how they say minority, they ask your demographics and they say minority and woman and what's the other one? Veteran. I just named three things, y'all. Y'all already are successful, but y'all put in work. And y'all, the ones that's going to show up has is going to entertain what I'm bringing to the table. I got mad respect for y'all. I'm serious. I got mad respect. I may not show it, but I admire you. I have never been jealous of you guys. So God, however, I admire you. That's honest. Maybe a little sprinkle of envy, but in a good way. You have what I don't have, and I have what you could want. But I don't want no Freaky Friday. I don't want no swap. I wouldn't change it for the world. However, I'm an omnivert. I told myself I'm an omnivert now. I'm not an extrovert where I'm outgoing like most of y'all are, and strategic with precision, decisiveness, courageousness, all fighting. You women, all fighting for the title, for more recognition, for collaboration, for friendship, to elevate in a good way. That's why I chose the chamber. That's why I chose the chamber because I appreciate you guys. And some of y'all probably don't believe that. You know how this is a test of faith. If you have faith and if you do believe in the Bible, then believe me when I tell you that. I don't want nobody saying that I lied about anything during my campaign. This isn't normal. I can't buckle down right now and start talking about my campaign, nor promoting my campaign, nor walking door to door talking to people yet. I can't do that yet. I'd rather do it on my own turf. They don't know me, so I can, yeah, like, I have to do it. And I'm just gonna take my sweet time. It's right around the corner. I'm not looking to get on that stage and, red and blue stage with stars and flags and stuff. Like, that is my dream goal. However, I haven't even really talked about what needs to be talked about. I think that police officers, like I said, should get a pay raise. I think that if you pay them well and pay their spouses when they happen to expire, people will take their job more seriously and have more ethical and more have a more ethical standpoint and use critical thinking skills and more better judgment skills other than being trapped in a back of a corner to become corrupt, and you end up being corrupt because you don't have enough money to take care of your family. You don't have enough money that, like, by the time you die and they pay your spouse is left with bills. Yeah, she may get a pension or he may get a pension, but it's still not going to be enough. What is it? How much is it? 1400 up to 1700. That ain't nothing for a cop, especially a dead cop. And a dead cop's wife have to sit up there and live on. That's sick. Off of 13 to 1800. Let me reiterate for you what I saw. I didn't see the actual footage. I heard and watched the documentary. A woman, she sat up there and she was a white lady. And so many of them and black women that has passed on and has died. And let's just talk about the Ukrainian woman. How about the Ukrainian woman? How she sat up there and got stabbed. I didn't want to bring it up. Right in the neck. That is sick. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's wrong. So why can't we watch it and then turn our heads like it doesn't exist? When you desensitize and turn your head like it doesn't exist without giving that girl a name for the monster who stabbed her, you're telling me, and this is how I see it, that you are a murderer. Anybody that can. What if the tables were turned? What if that was a black lady and then a white guy just straight hauled off and stabbed her real good in the neck? This would be a whole riot. It would not be right. It would be so furious. And let's just say he walked off when she was holding her neck, the black lady, and the white man said, "I got this nigger." How would you feel? I want that to pause. Nobody actually thinks about nothing. Like, seriously. It's something to think about, man. Like, it's a scary thing. Pause for a second. What about a 3-year-old child walking down the street, African American? Trump talked about him. There was a gangs going off. There was gangs shooting. I don't know if it was near Berry Farms, but it was somewhere near DC or in DC. And the little kid, got shot in the chest. Or how about more? gunfire in the wrong place at the wrong time. And a child got shot in the neck. How about, the closest to seeing, yeah, I felt grotesquely sickened by the movie that I ever seen, closest to like a death type situation, would be Lovely Bones. And I hated that movie. I hated it. Because it's like, wow, he lured her just like they lured AI. And she didn't even know she was dead. I wonder how the FBI or NSA or I wonder how y'all, honestly, I gotta know tonight. How do you guys feel, especially NSA, especially technology where they have to sit and watch people from higher up, probably above NSA, or even from another planet that is watching us? How do you feel when you have to watch someone be killed, innocent? Because the closest I ever, it was Lovely Bones. And that was grotesquely unsettling seeing that. That was very grotesquely unsettling. And it made me cry every time I watched it. So I don't talk to children. I don't, it's no need. And yet this man, this pedophile, was in the neighborhood checking out children. It happened to me before as a child. It's preteen, teenager. You either can block that, cut the chain, or become what raised you. I have gladly no urge to do that. That is just sick. I'm telling you, and the reason why on national platform is because people point the finger at me like that's who I am. Did y'all look at my life? And people like him had got a house on Lovely Bones, and her sister went fighting for her and almost died trying to figure out what happened to her sister. Very powerful movie. Mark Wahlberg or something is in it. I If you really want to watch a powerful movie, watch that. It lets you see exactly. I don't even think that guy can recover from the role he played. Even though you never saw that death scene, the role he played, it was so scary. That is scary. So, yeah. I want you to know that I'm a deep soul person. Every time I look at your child, I think to myself, God bless that child. That's our future. But do I need to sit up there and encourage a child? No. That's their parents' place, not mine. I have to say this. I have to say it because I shouldn't have to make a conversation with a 2-year old in order to look normal. I shouldn't have to pretend, like, okay, I'm engaging with a young adult or a young child, like I it's the parent. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not the parent. So why so many people get around children and be so like they knew them all along? I'd be like, that's all I'm saying. It honestly, you want to know the truth? It really, I have to be that way in order to show not only God or beyond, and then comes the cameras, my honest techniques. Imagine people labeling you. Imagine that for a second. And then the ones who label, they they do bad things. And I can't get mad, but neither can you. I can't get mad, but neither can you. I can't get mad at you cuffing your child. You can't get mad at me for not. I'm sorry, you guys. My camera is going up. Ugh, come on. Okay. So, like I was saying, like you can't get mad at me because, I have that. I do that because I know that's what God would want, properly. Like God would want me to do the right things. And I know what's right. I learned what's right and what's wrong. And yeah, like I don't know, if you sit up there and do the right things when no one's right watching and have integrity and go above and beyond for God, I think that anything's possible. You know, yeah. So that's the only thing, that's a degree in itself. Everybody got a dissertation. Think about it for a second. Everybody got a dissertation. It's like one day we have to write our dissertation out verbally to the ultimate God. Everybody got a file. And, you know, if you don't believe me, then why do the government I won't go no further. How do they know so much about Jeffrey Epstein? How do they know so much about Donald Trump? How do they know so much about Fannie Mae? How do they know so much? These are people that's been in the limelight, but let's go a bit further. How do they know so much about the January 6th rioters? Like it's like I don't know. You have to think about it for a second. You never know. And it's like you have to think about what you want to do. How how can you not know, like I don't know, that's throwing me off a little bit. A little bit. They got off. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, like how would you feel if somebody lured you on camera? That's all I'm saying, man. Remember, and I'll close with this. Reparations can come from the state, not federal. So everyone out there that are seeking reparations, which whether it comes or not, I don't really care. If it comes, more money for me. If it don't, oh well. I'm just saying. I debunked this a long time ago that Gavin Newsom could have gave y'all reparations. Oh, my foot fell asleep. Gavin Newsom could have gave y'all reparations a long time ago. And it's like he has y'all fighting a dead flute tune, a dead tune. And to me, that's just pure silence. Like why why are you some of you are mad at like Trump, and it's like I don't get it. I don't get it. How can you be mad at him and demand reparations when did you see how fast he redistrict his state? And yet he just put a couple of us on the stage to talk junk about Donald Trump and then talk about federal, confuse the people mind and make it seem like it's up to Trump to give out reparations. No, y'all could have been voted it in. Don't do that to my people, man. I may talk shit, yeah, but don't do that. Don't sit up there and make promises. Just like Laura Nicelli, she got some type of civil suit or some type of civil law in effect. That law is crummy because if that a law applied, that civil law that she created, it doesn't even exist really. It's just something for clout, because obviously when I walk through the doors of the courthouse, when I walk through some places, I get emasculated. I live this. Look up the laws or the acts or the bills that she passed. I just can't remember which one it was. However, I'm willing to call a truce if she can call off her pit bulls mixed with Rockweilers, two lethal threats. But as long as I feel followed, as long as I keep feeling like they're purposefully, it's right on the airport camera. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, that's why, you can never say, I didn't go through anything. You can never say, I didn't go through anything. You can never say, I didn't sit up there and do anything, or like I disregarded everything. Everything that comes in my life, I take ownership of. And even though I'm talking about stuff that is light, I talked about being at the airport. I talked about Trump doing the right things, me running for candidacy, and why I've been there. Um, Laura Nicelli, immigration without immigration, and so much more I talked about. And yeah, I feel good about it in the Better Business Bureau. I got a long day tomorrow. I wish y'all nothing but peace and prosperity. And until next time, cuff your children, learn them, sit up there and grow with them. Let them listen to classical music instead of invading their mind and penetrating their mind with invaluable garbage. And make sure how your heart beat is how theirs will. So if you're nervous, just, they're like, it's weird that we all come from a different breed, like dog brains and baby brains. They kind of work the same. If a dog isn't being, like, I don't know much, but if a dog don't get attention, they get fidgety. They get real fidgety at their owners because they don't know how to communicate. So children have somewhat of an animalistic instinct. How else? I mean, come on now, think about that. We're built like an animal. As an infant, you have to communicate with your mother that you're hungry, unless you got a good mother that is feeding you every 4 to 6 hours of it as an infant. Like, if you don't have one, you have to cue them like an animal would when an animal is hungry. And yeah, so yeah, I think I said enough. And I wanted y'all to know who I was, because that bothers me when people do that to me, make me seem like I'm this violent individual. I may talk shit, but I'm not violent. If I was violent, I've been back in jail. The Democrats had to cheat to win, and they sat up there and they need me in a controlled area like a shelter. And guess what I was doing in 2023? I was sitting up there trying to run for president again. I was just about to put my name on the roster where they sent me to the YWCA and they drugged me with methamphetamine. And yeah, and therefore now I have a story. I have a story. I don't want y'all to drop off LinkedIn. I want y'all to know my story of how corruption. Look at what I do now. You don't think one of the presidents knew about me before all of this was exacerbated, challenged, sealed, dealt, signed, and delivered? You don't think they knew? Who would want to put me through the motion? Like, who I talk about the most? It must be them. And then trickle on down. Because I don't have a typical life that everybody else has. I promote myself just as everyone else promote their self. Yeah, I get censored more than anyone else. And I'm okay with that. I just gotta stay off of TikTok when I'm talking politics. But yeah, I got a long day tomorrow. I hate to leave you guys go, let you guys leave you guys go. Just like I said, like they said, him downstairs, leave him guys go. Did y'all know I made my own? I wish I could have brought my keyboard with me. I brought my own music. Doo, doo. Oh, I can't wait to get home and play it. And it's late, man. I gotta go, man. I love you guys. LinkedIn, I want to tell you something. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. I may dance, which I can't even dance the standard. That's my exercise and my enjoyment and my dopamine and my serotonin and my endorphins for just that moment or a couple of minutes or 30 minutes to an hour. Don't judge me on that. Judge me on what I can bring to the table with the Kimberly Cloud Show. I interview people solid about their past, present, and future. I go and I dig deep into their structure of their cortex to see what is really on their mind. If they have a deceitful, it's not going to come out the right way and they're going to get aggressive. If it's not deceitful, well, they have a hit show, something that can live on within the quantum realm and beyond. And that's how I feel. I've had some bad shows, but at least I can count on one hand how many bad shows I've had. I don't want it to be the tipping point. You know what I mean? Good night, y'all. I love you guys. I really do. I really do. I really do. I really do. Take care, be safe, and bye.